Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hello from Molise, from our home in Molise. This is our little backyard garden. So yes, we've been fined. I'll explain more about it a bit later. But first, let's have a look at some footage that we had recorded before we knew this, so that we can make more sense of things.
In Liverpool, which is happening this month. The girlies.
Into Radio 1's big weekend.
Just stopping at a rest stop to go to the loo. So we changed the floor plan
17 times.
Do you want to explain why?
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple. Plans change as you evolve, I guess. So we thought we were going to possibly live here as our maybe as our main house, and then because we were going to live here, we wanted to combine the two floors and only have one entrance and a staircase inside. So we've since found out that our dog is not well, that it's maybe going to be difficult to live here, that the house we're in now suits his needs. So then we thought, let's just keep it as having two entrances and make it into two apartments. And therefore we don't need the internal staircase. We keep the two doorways, and in that circumstance it changes because we need to have a kitchen in each apartment, we need to have a bathroom in each apartment. Laundry, so each apartment has to be self-sufficient, which is fine. Downstairs will be bigger than this, but this has got higher ceilings, so they're both going to be beautiful in their own way.
And they both have great light and a beautiful outlook, as you can see, the forest. So today I know we started this project a long time ago. So we bought in 2020, last year in 2024 we started with what we could, connecting the water and electricity and doing whatever that didn't require any professional involvement, let's say. But now in 2025 and today we took a huge step. We made a huge step. We signed the contracts with the professionals, with the builder, with the geometra. So we're really getting started with this.
Yep, it's exciting. I'm so happy about it because we've wanted this house to be renovated for so long, and this is a beautiful town. I love this town. Look at the snow; it's just sort of melting now. It's almost gone. Sorry, the snow.
We still have, and I'm sure because everyone asks us, is this going to be a holiday home? Are you going to sell it? Are you going to rent it out? Are you going to... I feel like we still don't know. We are doing the best by the property, by the space, and by our, like the circumstances of our family, like in regards to Georgie. Past that, I don't think we're ready to say what
that's going to change.
And I feel like on paper, we say, okay, let's sell it, right? But every time we come here, we step into the town and we see how beautiful it is, how quaint, how unique. It's very unique. There are many Italian towns, but you know, the charm of this town is second to none.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Can't wait until this is done. I'm so excited. Well, actually, I can't. It's not that I can't wait until it's done. I can't wait till it commences, and then we start seeing
The progress.
more changes. Because since we put the water in, connected electricity, and started some little demolition things, nothing's been done. And it's now it feels super exciting to get. Yeah.
Okay, let's so from now pretty much what's going to happen, the builder will start soon, in maybe a couple of weeks. Keep in mind that at this point we haven't found out anything about the issues with the paperwork of the house. You know, taking walls down, putting walls up, and taking floor down, and we have to choose our tiles.
Fixing the balconies.
And they're gonna for sure fix the balconies. Not that there was anything wrong with them.
Yeah, like perfect. Get off.
Yes, they're gonna be fixing, well, not this balcony particularly, the balcony below, which is right there. That's the main job, and it's going to be an interesting one for him, because as you can see, we are like on this rock. All these houses along have been built on like the rock, the side of the mountain, as you do, as many Italian houses in the old towns. And yep, he's gonna have to find a way to secure the balcony. Now that we have decided that for sure this property is going to stay as two separate dwellings, we are thinking, measuring and planning on what is going to be like on the top floor. This will be done a little bit later on, but we need to have the plans so that the geometra can present the bottom and top to the Comune for approval.
If you're enjoying this video, please remember to like, comment and subscribe.
So the bedroom, I think I did on the plan. Yeah. And then the end of the room. So we just have to make the room as long as we can. So maybe, I don't know, what do you think? 3 meters? 1, 2, 3 meters? Do you think that's too long?
I don't know, because I don't know where you're going with it.
Okay, I think we can make it less. I think we can make it maybe, because a bed is like 2 meters, right?
Yeah.
So if we go, okay, so 2 meters, the bed is there.
Can you stay there? 1 second for the video. Yeah. This little nook. Weight is moving too much.
You solve it, you got it?
Sí.
I want to ask you this. Okay, when you come in, how far, like, we want to have this as like an entryway. So I think this is too close, like here. Look, you just come in.
For a wall, for a half wall.
Yeah, there's going to be a wall, but do you think maybe here?
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you why. If we have it, let's say, wait. Because the kitchen's got to be long enough. That's long enough, right? But if we have it here, then we can have the coat racks here on this, and maybe like a little storage, you know, like to put your shoes or something, or even like a little bench to sit down when you come in.
Yeah.
It would be nice, like we've got downstairs. So, I mean, the bench could be like this wide, but it still gives plenty of space. So if we put it there, then we're at 245. Yeah. Okay.
What's the length of our current kitchen? You know?
At home,
Yeah. Ah, okay. Because you said that below the car is like double, so I thought you knew.
well, it's not literally double, but it's a lot longer.
Oh.
Okay, our current kitchen is, I mean, maybe that, 2.45.
Per creare diciamo come una like a hallway, like come un ingresso, perché questa sarà. Ah, aspetta, questo che sarà? Questo è ingresso, ok. Quindi quando si viene da qui non si vede.
Non vedi la cucina.
Non vede la cucina. Is
Però,
that right?
però qua sta troppo vicino secondo me.
He says too close to the entrance if we do it right there.
Vuoi? Perché?
Perché?
Allora lo ti spiego. Noi l'ingresso l'abbiamo qui.
Sì.
Quindi tu entri, ti spogli, ti cacci le scarpe, fai tutto qui. Dopo entri in cucina, se metti un muro qua, ti perdi questa cosa, si ha un senso di chiuso qua, chiudi troppo. Invece tu non hai bisogno di una cucina da qui fino a là. È troppo grande, tu hai bisogno di una cucina più piccola.
Okay, so he's saying, okay, I understand what he's saying, but then I need to understand what you're saying. How is the distribution here?
Okay, so
On this part, Aiden is explaining to me where he wants the kitchen exactly, but it is a little bit difficult because at this moment everyone is talking, so I decided just to kind of explain to you guys rather than letting everyone talk over each other. I know, because what he was saying is that if you have the wall there, as soon as you come in, like you're gonna close off the space.
yeah, but that's what I want.
In this area, Aiden wants to put up a 3/4 wall, but the geometry thinks it will close off the space. However, that's precisely what Aiden wants. Wall, how high is the wall?
Probably like here.
Okay, so even then we can still see the vaulted ceilings anyway.
So go across here.
Yeah.
Put that here.
Okay. Okay. So, and you turn,
Yeah.
and then
And you still see it going because it's right here, right? You'll still see everything.
Yeah.
Like you come in, you come in like this, and you'll see like the wall is there, and then as you come in here, you'll start to see everything, and then here, and then you see. I really want that because I want that to be distinct from this, but it's still open enough.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to explain to him
Yeah,
because there's a reason. Also, the reason why Aiden thinks that it's a good idea to have not quite a half wall, but a 3/4 high wall is besides dividing the spaces, it will also serve as a wall that will cover the back of the fridge. So on the other side of the wall, we can put a mirror, we can put some art, and when we come to the room, we'll still be able to see the vaults and the rest of the space. Yeah, so they make an L with the wall. Like an indentation, so not the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now we're working out the bathroom side of things. How big the shower will be, where the door should be, where the bidet, toilet and sink should be located, We really like big showers, and unfortunately in many houses in Italy you just see very tiny showers. Since we're going to be doing this project from scratch, we want to get it right. And hopefully our shower is going to be about 100 to 110 centimeters shower.
Okay.
Okay, what were you gonna say again?
Okay, with the shower, I'm gonna say in English. Okay, so with the shower, I don't want doors. I don't want this and this and this. So if here to here, from this wall to here, is like a half wall of brick. So this is all open. It's open here. And this is brick.
Il muro,
Muro.
Not glass, no door, no.
No la porta, non vuole le porte, vuole il muro.
Simple, yeah.
Allora noi, muro fino a qui,
Sì.
piccolo, apertura 90, 90 almeno 90 deve essere,
Ok,
perché sennò non entri,
Sì.
capito?
Sì.
E la doccia tu entri, prendi il muro qua, la doccia scende qui, tu stai qui a farti la doccia.
Sì.
Ok?
Sì.
E qui la doccia.
Quindi tu credi che la misura sarebbe minimo 90
Almeno.
piatto? Almeno.
No, il piatto lo facciamo più largo.
Sì, ok.
Almeno 110.
Ah, ok,
non
sì,
è troppo
sì,
stretto, non
sì.
mi piace, aspetta, non vedo nulla.
Yeah, and look, the entrance is here is fine. So even if the wall is just here, darling, the wall up. Do you understand?
Yes.
So the shower goes all the way there, but just to have, because I don't want any glass or doors or anything.
Yeah.
Allora, questo è 80, ok? Possiamo arrivare a 100. Arriviamo fino a qui. Anche a 100, volendo anche a 120, 110 pure. I piatti 90, 100, 110, 120.
Ok, sì.
Sì.
Una ringhiera, diciamo.
O altrimenti facciamo un altro muro qui, qua mettiamo la porta, tu apri, scorrevole, entri qui e qua ci sta l'altra porta. Troppo? Lasciamo qua. Allora chiudiamo qua, però la porta deve stare qua a vista e qua mettiamo una ringhiera, mettiamo un parapeto fino a qua.
Sì, I think I prefer to keep it open. So because he was saying maybe another wall there for the security here or a railing, but I think I prefer railing.
Half wall, like a
Half wall.
Half wall or a railing. Yeah.
Ah, ok, lui pensa forse mezza parete
Mezza parete.
o ringhiera.
O ferro battuto, quello che volete, però qua dobbiamo considerare qualcosa perché sennò
You
è
know
pericoloso.
why I
È
prefer
pericoloso,
the railing instead of the wall is because like to try to maximize the openness of the space. I definitely don't like glass.
La doccia è molto grande.
Sì.
Okay. Volendo possiamo anche venire giù 5-10 cm. Facciamo invece di 110, facciamo 100 e abbiamo un po' più di spazio.
Sì, honey, I think it's best to make 100 rather than 110.
No, that's
È storto il muro,
No,
quello è il problema, guarda.
No, that width,
Ah, non è-
that width is good. Okay, but I want it like this is good, the size, and not just to walk in and not to have any doors or anything. This is good.
Yeah.
100 is fine.
100 va bene.
100 va bene.
He said that the issue is that the wall is not straight.
80 però.
Ok.
Perché il
150
frigo
by 80.
se no ci rimane troppo a filo, dai. O 70-80,
Sì,
dai.
io. Sì.
Va bene, però se c'è quella...
That darling is much longer. It's twice as long as our kitchen at home.
Ah,
You understand?
yeah.
But I want to have the bench all the way to the end because I want to have a bench to work on.
So we should be back in a couple of weeks to start recording what the builder is going to start doing. Our goal is the same, is to be involved as much as possible, to do ourselves as much as possible. Unfortunately, during those 2 weeks, we learned about the problems with the paperwork of our house, and we couldn't start works as soon as we wanted to. I'll try to explain as briefly and clear as I can. So there are 2 parts about the situation that we're facing right now with our property. The first one is that when we bought the property, it was sold to us as abitazione. So abitazione is pretty much a house, like the technical term for a house. So not a garage, not a shop, not storage, not a rural property, but abitazione, a house that you can live in. However, as we have been, of course, doing paperwork, and as our geometra is going through the application process to get the approvals for us to renovate our house, he's been looking at some papers and things come up. The 2 things that have come up are related to each other. When we purchased our property in 2020, as I mentioned before, it was sold to us as a home, but our geometra has discovered that that's not quite the case. The top property, so the one that's on the first floor that you access by the external staircase, that is registered as a home, but the bottom is registered as storage, which means that you cannot live in there. So on the one hand, the real estate failed to tell us, listen, this is a storage, so what you're buying is on the ground floor is storage and on the top floor is a home. If they have done so, we could have made a decision as to, okay, is this good enough for us? We will have asked more questions. Is this easy to be solved? How much will it cost to be solved, and so on? So if you're presented with the information, you have a choice, which obviously we didn't have. So that's on the one side. On the other hand, and probably the most dodgy thing of the whole thing, is that an associate of theirs, of the realtor that we purchased from, was the one who changed the documents for the bottom part to be a storage rather than a home. Sometimes people in Italy, to pay less taxes on their properties, they may change the denomination of what the property can be used as. The worst part of it is that it was done without the appropriate paperwork. So fast forward 6 years, as our geometra is getting the approvals for the home, the Comune said to him, sorry, this change that was done in 2019 by the other geometra should not have been done without the appropriate procedure. So not only you cannot start work at the moment because of that, but the current owners have to pay a fine. Mind you, we have nothing to do with the change. The property wasn't ours when the dodgy change was done, but because we are the owners now, we have to bear that responsibility. So you could imagine how surprised we were, how taken aback, how angry, because you build a relationship with these people. Our geometra was super angry as well, and he couldn't believe it. One of the first things that we talked about with our geometra, and that he was very strong about, is that, you know what, sometimes some professionals here, they may want to take advantage of you because you are not Italian, but that's not the case with me. I'll make sure that all the quotes you get and all the prices you get are fair for the job, independently on what language you speak and where you come from. So obviously our geometra called that geometra and he said, hey, you did this and this without the appropriate permissions. And that man, he just answered, yes, I didn't. Just so matter of fact, that really blew our mind, blew the mind of our fantastic current geometra. Fast forward to the point where we knew what to do. He rectified the documents from his end. in collaboration with the Comune, and they gave us a fine of about €1,000 to pay. So we have paid that fine, and since then the green light has been given for our project to go ahead. We don't know if there's anything differently that we could have done. All throughout the process, the real estate was responsive, it was professional, and most likely if it hadn't been for this property that we purchased in 2020, we wouldn't have made the move to Italy, we wouldn't be here right now. So all we can do is take the good with the bad, be patient, and keep going. So the name of this channel shouldn't be our 19K home, but our 20K home because of this fine. So I hope I have explained this as straightforward as possible. We're back on track. Things are happening very quickly. We're super happy to have the team that we have. The geometra who's super supportive, the builder who's super responsive, the plumber and the electrician, they have just been working super fast, and we can't wait to continue to show you this process.
Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope that you enjoyed it. As always, please let us know your thoughts in the comment section.